Let's begin with the Oscillator 1. Here we have the main tune. The fine tuning. Here we have the kind of the wave. So here's square wave, which we can have the pulse width adjust. And if you switch here, you have two options: sawtooth or triangle. This is the sawtooth and this is the triangle. And here the glide. Now the modulation. That's why it's called Mutuca FM, because we can apply lots of frequency modulations from Oscillator 2 or from the envelope, for example, to make some drum sounds. Let's go to the LFO first. Envelope. Now I can have some envelope modulation to follow the ADSR. We have the Oscillator 2 that we can use as an LFO or as an audio source in the mixer. So I'm gonna open here first the mixer. If you put the switch up, it will cut the sound from the mixer, and if you put down, you will have audio in the mixer. Oscillator 1 is muted and Oscillator 2 is going on. Now cut the Oscillator 2, we listen to the 1, tuning Oscillator 2. Here we have also tune fine modulation, which this one is coming from the envelope. This is good when you have those on sync. You put on sync. The waves are the same. Square wave. Pulse width, triangle, sawtooth, triangle or sawtooth. So these two oscillators, when in audio, can make some sounds together. When you turn to LFO, use as an LFO source for the modulations on the oscillator or in the filter. Let's do it on the filter modulation now. The filter, cut off, resonance, modulation. Let's put it as LFO now on the modulation. Sawtooth, triangle, square. amount of the modulation, the LFO in the filter. If you put here, now the source from this modulation is coming from the envelope. Also here, the amount of the envelope, a lot of them. This envelope is the same for the VCA and the VCF. So what you can do is to add more or less modulation to the filter to get these bass sounds that we love in synthesizers. Here's the VCA initial. So if I have closed, will be open just when the notes are applied. If you put it open like this, you can listen the sound going through the VCA as a drone. We want to close so we can have the envelope. The keyboard has one octave. Have one octave down, an octave normal, and octave up. Octave down, octave up, octave up. The sequencer has a lot of possibilities, but you can see what we have in the manual. So let's see how to record. Press record and then select the notes. 16 steps, rec again, saving, and now we are not seeing the light at the LCD because of the filter in the camera. Here's the time. Now we can transpose. And we can do like the density. Density is the thing I like most in the sequencer. You can take some notes out. You create another pattern with silence that put a little bit of fast density at all notes, some notes. You create another pattern with it. It's very cool because you can jam a lot with the same sequence. You can select lots of patterns if you're synced with the drum machine, for example. And I forgot about the noise. We have pink noise and white noise. So there is MIDI in and MIDI out. So you can put a keyboard here and play as a long keyboard, or you can send the sequence out to send MIDI to another synthesizer. with the same sequences, and can receive the clock in for external devices as drum machines, for example. I will be later doing some videos with the Mutuca and the Heko drum, so you can see them synced and the power of them together. Well, you can see the manual, but we have lots of features here in the sequencer. As for example, you select pattern, you have 12 buttons, so you can program 12 different sequences, and you can select the mode if you want normal or keyboard hold. So this means that you can play all the sequences you record just by pressing those buttons. Well, I think this is a short demo. There's a lot more to show. Later, I'm gonna show more patches and different sounds. And here we have the Stonebox converter, so we can add a guitar pedal, for example, or the space echo with the right impedance, and have the sound very cool with this effect out. That's it. Thank you.